So in this part of this series, we're going to be making sure that you can only post on your own profile, and we're going to be letting you like posts. So let's get started. So to be able to limit who can actually post on your page, whenever we let the user post data, we need to double check that the user ID who's posting the data is the user who's logged in. All we need to do is change this variable user ID to logged in user ID. And then what we want to do is we want to say if logged in user ID equals the user ID we got from the page, then we will allow the user to post. Otherwise, we'll say die incorrect user. So now what I'll do is I'll try to post something. I'll say that and then I'll click post, and it worked. If I go to howCode's page and I type in hello, you can see it says incorrect user. So now that we can post tweets, we need to make sure that we can't include HTML in them, because at the minute I could say hello and I could put in bold tags and I click post, and now you can see the bold tags have just been outputted onto the page. And what we want to do is use a special function in PHP before we output any data from the database called htmlspecialchars. So what we're going to do is say htmlspecialchars around our body. And now if we try to post something with HTML in it, such as something like that, and we click post, you can see it's just been output. As you would expect, it's not actually run on the page. So what we're going to do now is create the like button. So we're going to create another form. We'll just create it down here for simplicity. We'll just copy and paste this form, and we'll copy and paste one of these buttons, and then we'll just move this up here. So whenever we're outputting a post, we want to output the like button beside it. So we'll just do something like this. And we'll change the form action, and we'll add on another variable, and we'll say post ID equals, and then we will append on the post ID. So now what we'll do is we'll refresh, we'll click like, and now you can see the address bar has just changed. And then what we'll do up here when we're checking if the post has been set, what we're going to do is we're going to say if it's set get post ID. We could change our method of our form to get, but I'm going to keep it as post just because we're sending data, we're not actually trying to retrieve data. And what we do once we have the post ID is we're going to like the post. So here what we're doing is updating the number of likes for the current post by 1. Then what we need to do is create another database table to tell us which user liked the post. So what we need to do is go to our database and create a new table called post_likes. And we don't actually need the ID field because we could create a composite key out of 2 fields, but we're just going to keep it for simplicity. We're going to create a post_ID, and we're going to create a user_ID. Both of these will be unsigned. Both of them won't be null, and they'll both have relations. The post ID column in the post likes table will reference the posts table, and it will reference the ID field of that. And we'll create another relationship between the user ID field and the users table, and we will get the ID field out of that table. So that's our post likes table complete. So what we want to do is we want to say db query So here what we're doing first is incrementing the number of likes by 1, and then we're inserting a value into the post likes table to tell us which user liked the post. So let's just test this. So what we'll do is refresh. We refresh the table. Our likes have increased by 1, and now we have a new row in the post likes table. The post ID is 1 and the user ID is 1. And if I try something else and we click like, you can see we have a new row in the post ID table. So what we want to do before we insert a new row into post likes is we want to do another query that says So here what we're doing is we're just checking has the user already liked the post, and if they have, then we obviously don't want them to do it again. So we're just going to put these queries in the if statement, and we're going to negate this. So we'll say if the query fails, in other words they haven't already liked the post, then we'll let them like it. Otherwise we can get them to unlike it, or we can just echo out already liked. So let's test this. We'll hit enter. And now it says already liked. If I refresh, you can see the likes haven't increased. So that's it for this video. Don't forget to like, comment, favorite, and subscribe. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Reddit. But that's it for this video, and I'll see you next time.